Hello there viewers, and welcome to Daily Reset, where a new chapter of your life starts with us. And today we have a very interesting topic and a very interesting guest. But before that, how about we take a short break and we'll be right back right after this. And we're back, dear viewers, after that short break, and our guest today is May Alshawaf, and we're going to talk about the different types of caregiving, and which is like respite and family plans for neurodivergent individuals. But before that, how about we take a nice welcoming to our guest for today. And hello and welcome to the show again.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm always delighted to be here.
All right. So tell us, what does respite care mean and why is it important for families?
When you have an individual who has severe disabilities in the family, sometimes parents don't know how to deal and how to help this individual. So this is when respite cares comes, and it's very important to have someone who's had the respite training to help you take care of this individual, to help you give the accommodation this individual needs, because parents or caregivers can't do it all on their own. They need someone at their back to help them.
Very true. So what does caregiving look like day to day for families with neurodivergent members?
It's something very hard to deal with. It's something very hard to go through as parents. When you have an individual in the house who's struggling mentally or physically, and you need to help that individual have a healthy life, to have a calm, comfortable life, to live life without any kind of struggles, challenges, both on that individual and on yourself. To balance this is very hard. That's what we want parents to be taught, caregivers to be taught, because when we're talking about caregiving, it's sometimes not the parents, it's sometimes older siblings, after the parents has passed. How do we take care of this individual and give them the comfortable life they deserve?
Neurodivergent, what does it mean before we actually continue deeper into the subject?
When we talk about neurodiversity or being neurodivergent, for people, when they think about disabilities, the main thing that comes to your mind is a wheelchair, probably, or maybe a blind person who's holding a stick. Sometimes it could be a person wearing hearing aids. But when we say neurodivergent, it has a lot of things and conditions and syndromes under this umbrella. We're talking on a nervous system level also. Autism, learning difficulties, anxieties, physical and mental disabilities. When we put them all under one umbrella, it means we all share the same struggles at different levels. We all need help. And there is one kind of umbrella that supports us and gives us guidance.
All right. So someone on a wheelchair with, let's say, a problem with his leg, it's not under the neurodivergent case.
It is. Because we want to put all cases under one roof. I don't want kids or individuals on a wheelchair to be called disabled, where kids who have autism are not disabled. So the proper scientific term came as neurodivergent.
All right, I got you right now. So why do many caregivers feel guilty about taking breaks?
Because it makes you feel that you're not giving the support this child needs, and that you're supposed to be with them 24 hours, giving them what they need. If you take a break for yourself, you feel there's something missing, I've done something wrong, I didn't give them enough time. This is where the balance should happen. Parents, I know they want to give it all to their kids, but taking a break also means you're giving them all, because you're taking care of yourself mentally, health-wise. You're making sure you're healthy to take care of their kids. And when we're talking about being healthy, we don't mean just the regular doctor visits. If you're not emotionally balanced, you can't take care of that child.
So it's basically that you need to give your time to recharge, to actually start caregiving again on full capacity. Because the moment you start depleting your battery,
definitely
you deplete everything emotionally, physically, then the child cannot basically give and take with you.
We want to accept the fact that this is a hard struggle you're going through. Let's not deny this. I don't want to lie to parents and tell them being a parent for a child with neurodiversity to be a parent for a child with disability is something easy. It's not easy. But if you are well supported, if you are well educated, if you take care of yourself and your child at the same time in a proper way, both of you are going to live happy lives, healthy lives, and both of you are going to thrive in a way that no one takes from the other, and you're not going to feel the heaviness of this load on you. Plus, if parents and caregivers share the responsibility together. There's not one parent who's gonna feel overstimulated, overloaded, and they can't give anymore while the other parent is enjoying their life.
Very true. So what are the signs that a caregiver is experiencing, or basically to experience burnout? And this is like one of the main topics most of the people actually have, like when you have, let's say, problems with fixing your schedule, or
Yes.
Or basically, in this case, caregiving. So how can you get away from burnouts?
One of the main signs that you are struggling from burnout as a parent for a disabled child is distraction. If you're struggling with keeping focus at your tasks, if you're always distracted, if you go to the supermarket intending to buy something but you buy something else and you forgot your original item, if you start forgetting phone numbers, doctor's appointments that are related to you, not to your child. You're gonna remember everything related to your child, but you're gonna forget your own matters. If you start forgetting events, birthday parties, occasions, this means there's something wrong going on. Then if your sleep pattern is different, you're not sleeping properly, or you're sleeping more than you're supposed to do. Your eating habits, if you're either eating less or eating more. If there's general physical fatigue, you're always tired. You don't know what's wrong with you, but you're always tired. These are the signs that you're struggling from burnout. How do you fix this? Take a break, reassess your life. What's going on? What's your pattern? What's your daily routine? See what's taking more out of your energy. See what's heaviest on you. Is it the dropping, taking care of the other kids while being worried about your child who's at home? Or maybe it's the therapy, taking your child to therapy here and there, or maybe it's the doctor's appointments. Each parent is going to struggle or feel something heavy on them other than other parents. So assess your life, see what's wrong, see what's going on, and start putting a plan to see what works for you. How can you make life easier on yourself as a caregiver? How can you arrange your schedule in a way that there's room for you to breathe? There's room for you to be a human, not just a caregiver.
Of course, yeah. Basically pinpointing where the problem is.
Yes.
And it's not deleting it, but as you said, assess it, manage it, make it
manage
more
it. See solutions. Maybe if you struggle with the pick-up, drop-off for your regular kids while having a neurodivergent child at home, it's stressful for you. Maybe you can find someone to take care of your child at the specific time. Maybe you can find someone to pick up your kids while you stay with your child. Finding solutions, discussing what's going on with you and what's more painful, what's heavy on you. Sometimes it could be just the emotional load and stress of having this child at home. I'm worried about their future. I'm worried what's going to happen if I die. If I talk about these topics out loud, if I discuss, if I put plans ahead of time, I'm going to feel less emotionally burdened.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. And you'll be less emotionally drained out even.
Yes.
Yeah. So what types of respite care are available for families today?
If we're talking here in Kuwait, we have very limited options when we talk about respite care. Respite care means that this individual needs special accommodations, special help. We do have centers here. We call them the day centers for kids who have disabilities, but those centers are not on the level that we wish to have here. We wish for better places, better accommodations, better trained individuals. We're starting now to hear about respite care happening at home, but it's very limited options. No one even knows it's available. So we need to spread more awareness about this respite care. People, when they think about respite care, they think it's babysitting for the person who has disabilities, but it's not actually babysitting. I'm not gonna be sitting with your disabled child just watching them. There's certain tasks I need to do to make sure they take their medicine, maybe to make sure their mobility is well invested in, to make sure they're doing their proper exercises. If they're even sometimes mentally able to do some certain skills, I'm gonna help them to learn those skills, to achieve those skills, showering, eating on their own, whatever it is that you have to do at day-to-day life. This is what respite care does.
So it's basically not just sitting down taking care, it's building blocks. You're actually building a block, whether it's a relationship between that person and that, which is a human relation, making sure that they get to their goals in a nice, perfect way, in a way that they can understand and I can understand them. It's all about understanding.
Some people, when they have a child who is severely mentally disabled or severely physically and mentally disabled at the same time, they think that this child has limits and they're not going to be learning anything. So they keep them there without trying to teach them some skills to kind of help those parents have less burdens. What if I teach that child to hold a spoon and feed themselves? What if I teach them to hold the cup of water and drink alone? Some small skills that I can gradually teach that individual to let me have a better quality of life.
How about we take a quick break and we'll be back for more?
Sure.
All right, dear viewers, a short break and we'll be back for more. And we're back, dear viewers, after that short break, and let's continue our topic for today. So May, how can families create a realistic and flexible caregiving plan?
You said something important.
Yes.
Realistic.
Realistic.
We should know our limits, what we're capable of doing and what we're not capable of doing.
Okay.
And we should know the limits of this child. I know we said we want this child to develop, we want this individual to have more skills, but I should be realistic with my expectations. What they can do, what they can learn, what they cannot learn.
And the timeline. They have to respect the timeline.
Yes, and to respect the timeline. And if I have a professional with me, alongside with me, teaching me what to do, teaching me what this individual might be able to learn, what they're not able to learn, I'm going to have realistic expectations. I'm going to know how to realistically plan the life of this individual from birth, childhood, and then adolescence, and then as they grow older. If I look at my life in a way where I know what's expected from me as a caregiver and what's expected from this struggling individual, I'm going to know what to do in my day-to-day life, because the struggles are real.
Yeah.
The heaviness of the load is real. If I give myself time to process all this and to plan ahead of time, I always tell parents the individual plans for kids and individuals that struggle, it's a 6 months plan, because every 6 months or every 3 months, your situation at home might change. The parents might have different working schedules. Sometimes it's the holiday, so our routine change. Sometimes it's school time for our other kids. So we have to be flexible in creating this plan. We have to accept the fact that we need a plan. If we're living life on the go with this neurodivergent individual, it's not going to work out, and you're going to have struggles later on. You're going to face burnout, you're going to face challenges, disagreement between you and your spouse. If we have a plan, we know what's expected from each person. We know how we're going to tackle things. Some parents even arrange their traveling trips ahead of time. The mom goes to Umrah during this time, the father goes with the other kids during this time. So everybody's happy, everybody knows what's expected from them, and we're all living our life comfortably, happily, without feeling that there's something missing, something I can't do. So
basically, a good plan, a good schedule, and respecting the time will make people's life easier, especially the person with a neurodivergent kind of symptom.
The main target for us, we want to have a better quality of life as caregivers and as an individual with disability.
And that doesn't start until someone accepts the situation that they're in. You have to accept it and know that you're in this situation. Now you have to actually start planning and start shifting your life. Even though if that person wasn't in your life, didn't have a neurodivergent symptom, but now it happened. Now things have to change, and you have to take the step. And
a lot of parents, once their child is diagnosed with any kind of disability, especially if it's a severe disability, they think this is it. Life has ended. I'm not going to be able to go out. I can't attend anything. I need to be fully giving this individual my attention, and they start cutting people off their life. They start losing interest in whatever hobbies they used to do, whatever things they had passion about, and they stay at home.
You can still retain it, just it needs to be managed. That's all it is.
You need to have time management skills, and you need to understand that having this individual in your life is a blessing. Look at this blessing and what it adds to your life, how it teaches you to be more resilient, to have more intellectual abilities and learn about new things, how to have more patience. Look at this blessing and see how it changes other areas of your life.
It only becomes a burden if you backtrack, if you start backtracking, not actually accepting, as we said, that the fact that this is something real and it's happening to you. You should get out of the spectrum of saying like, why is it happening to me?
The victim mentality. The victim mentality. Yes.
Exactly. So what barriers stop families from accessing respite services?
Like we said, we have very limited respite services here. So this is one of the main barriers. The other thing, parents don't even know that they're qualified, that they're able to ask for respite help. If they think that taking care of this individual is my sole responsibility, and it's shameful to ask for help. It's shameful to let someone take care of my child other than me. This is going to be a huge barrier between them and getting the help they need. A lot of parents think if they ask for someone to watch their child, or if they bring a nurse, if they bring a caregiver or a respite provider, it means I'm not giving my full attention to this child. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing as parent, and I'm guilty. But this is not true. Asking for help is actually courage. When you ask for help, when you say there's something difficult on me, there's something I can't tackle, there's something I need to learn.
Yeah, it's not a sign of weakness.
Yes, it's not a sign of weakness. And plus, if we normalize things, if parents start talking about respite care, respite providers, that this is something we want to be provided here in our community, this is going to be heard from people who have leadership positions. They're going to know that this is something we want, we need, and we are actually going to help those leaders to understand why this is important to have in our community.
Right. So we've talked in everything that has to do in the human side. What about, as they say, the financial side? What are the challenges the families actually face having the fact of what support is available?
Having someone to care for your child as a respite care provider is very expensive, because this person is not a regular nanny or a regular babysitter.
True.
It's someone who has even a bachelor degree in caring for disabled individuals. And it's very expensive. Add to that your child might need certain therapies to be done daily for them, physical therapy or occupational therapy or behavioral therapy sometimes. Add to it the medication, add to it sometimes specific gadgets and gears, specific wheelchairs, specific chairs. You need to have monitoring cameras at home. You need to have a nanny, a driver. You need to have special shoes. It's a huge financial burden. But again, if the parents are realistic with their expectations, if they're sharing what their priorities are as parents for this or as caregivers for this individual, they're going to know maybe now physical therapy is a priority. We can delay occupational therapy. We can delay behavioral therapy. We can choose this over that. And we should also talk to people who have like we said, leadership positions here, to understand that we need facilities, we need people to help us care for those individuals, so the financial burden is less on families.
True. Also having, talking to people that actually have experiences with individuals in their family that have, let's say, respite caregivers.
Yes.
Asking them, talking to them how things are managed and how can I actually spot. This also helps in many ways.
Definitely, definitely. People who share their experiences, if you ask someone who's been there before you, they're going to say something that catches your attention, or they're going to say a piece of information that you didn't know before, or they're going to share a resource, a place, an institute that you haven't heard of before, or that you were not willing to try before. It's very important for families to talk, to share experiences. Because
it is a different world and you need to open your eyes for this.
Imagine being a parent for a person with disability for the first time. You're going to hear terminologies you've never heard before. You're going to hear about kinds of therapies that you've never heard before. You're going to go to places you've never been before. So if you have someone...
You're going to start doing baby steps.
Yes, like baby steps in a new
everything.
world for you. So if you share this experience with someone who's been there before, it's going to be less frightening for you.
So what long-term planning should families consider for their child's future?
It's very important for parents to plan ahead of time for what's the life of this individual going to be after they pass. I know this is a hard topic, it's very emotional. A lot of parents don't discuss this together. But it's very important to understand what are the abilities of my child. Are they going to be able to live independently? If not, I need to have a plan for them. Who's going to take care of them emotionally, mentally, physically, who's going to take care of their finances, they're going to live with who, and siblings needs to be involved in this plan as well. I should teach my kids that you're going to be there for your sibling when I'm not there. you have to know that this is not a duty, not an obligation. You do this out of love.
Yep.
And you can share this responsibility between you as siblings, or one person is going to take the lead charge and take care of this individual. But if parents don't talk about it, suddenly you see both parents passing away, and this person is left without a plan, without something to help them to live a comfortable life.
Not just that, even vice versa. Is like you have to make sure that this person and their specific disability, they should feel that they're normal, that you actually have are
Yes.
planning a future for them, even
Yes.
though if they have let's say a short lifespan. You have to make
Definitely.
them feel that they actually you are planning for them in the future and the end of the day, because a miracle could happen, they could live longer.
Yes, this is when we're talking about kids who are aware of their situation and they're aware of their disability. But sometimes we're talking about kids or individuals who are severely struggling. They don't know exactly what's going on around them, and they're gonna need extensive care when the parents are not there.
Very true.
Planning a life for this individual is very important, because you see a lot of families, the parent pass, and then there's a disabled individual who's left at home alone, either with a driver, with a nanny, with someone who's not qualified to take care for them.
Very true. Okay, short break and we'll be back for more.
Definitely.
All right, dear viewers, another short break and we'll be right back right after this. And we're back, dear viewers, after that short break. So could you tell us a little bit more about what's one daily reset that can help caregivers protect their own well-being?
First, they have to breathe.
Okay.
You need space for you to breathe as a human, because taking care of an individual with disability is going to take out of your energy. You need to set a specific time for you to be your own human, to reset, to breathe, to think. And reset looks different for different people. I might be doing my reset with reading, drinking my cup of coffee. You might need exercise. Another person might need sleep. So you should know what works for you. What's your reset button? What helps you recharge, and to give yourself the allocated time during the day to do this. One person might say half an hour works for me. Another person says it's too short, I need 1 hour. Another person says just 5 minutes randomly during the day works for me. So reset looks different for different people, and it's all trial and error. You need to try what works for you.
All right. So how can families start building their individual family plans step by step?
I think in the beginning, if you are inexperienced, you need a professional with you to guide you through this plan, to let you know about the details that you need to include in the plans. Sometimes you forget the little details: pick up, drop off, time for therapy. You think that it's all going to happen by magic, but if you have someone to share with you the logistics, the details, to tell you that this time of the year, sometimes it's exams times, you're going to be super stressed teaching your kids who are academically thriving, and then having a disabled individual. How can you manage your time during this time? Having someone to give you the emotional support while you're creating this plan is also important. Once you go on with your life and you've been experienced creating this plan year after year, you can do it on your own.
All right. So what should caregivers look for when choosing a requisite care provider?
I think the main thing you should look for is compassion. If the person is working with your disabled individual just as a job, I'm doing my job with excellent skills, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, but I lack the human interaction, I lack the compassion, I don't think the connection is going to be made. And the main thing we're looking for is human connection. I want my disabled individual to feel comfortable working with this respite, not just to have checklists and tasks that need to be done. We're looking for human connection.
All right. And how can parents ask for help without feeling like they're failing?
If we start talking about getting help as something normal, if parents start spreading awareness that it's okay to ask for help, if specialists start talking that it's not bad to ask for help, it's all common things that we need to normalize in our community, so parents start feeling less shameful when they ask for help.
I kind of feel that some parents, they forget that they're humans, and failing is part of being human.
Yes.
And it's okay. You learn on a daily basis. I mean, it's something that you should know and exercise with yourself.
Part of being human, we should stop thinking about perfectionism. We should stop looking for the flaws in our kids, in our lives, and start to perfect them. part of the human experience is just being human.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do things wrong, sometimes we're tired, sometimes we're sick, sometimes we don't even like being parents for kids and neurodivergent kids.
If anything,
give yourself grace to feel the human emotions that you're facing, and give yourself time to process those emotions.
If anything, perfectionism will actually put you in a can, and just it keeps on expanding, and the can doesn't expand, and you'll just explode.
Definitely.
At one point.
Definitely.
So what message do you want every caregiver to remember when they feel overwhelmed?
Just think about the blessing that you've been blessed with. You've been chosen to be the caregiver or the parent for this child for a reason. There's something you're supposed to learn here in this journey. Either it's patience, resilience, faith, or maybe some scientific information that you're going to pass on to someone else. There's a message behind you being the caregiver of this person. If you start looking at this journey and what you're supposed to learn and how you're supposed to send a message out there for someone else, you're going to find purpose in your life. You're going to find happiness in whatever you're doing, and you're not going to be seeing the challenges and the struggles.
Actually, that's a nice way of saying it, the purpose. But the thing is, some actually see it in a way that is just, as you said, a checklist.
Yes.
But for those who actually see it as a purpose, it does change them internally.
It changes the way you live your life completely as a human being, not just as a parent for a neurodivergent kids. How you interact with other individuals in life, how you spread happiness, how you spread joy, how you spread acceptance. This is very important.
It is actually a big learning curve, and not other people actually see it as a burden. But as you said, it's
a blessing.
It's a blessing. It is true. It's I mean, they do not exist out of nothing. At the end of the day, they exist even for us to remember and to learn something new.
Yes.
All right, it's actually been a pleasure being with you right here in our program, Daily Reset.
Thank you for having me.
It's been an amazing episode, and we hope to see you again.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, dear viewers, we've reached the end of today's episode right here at Daily Reset. We hope you enjoyed today's episode and you took whatever you can from today's information. And until next time, see you soon.